My name is Bertus Basson. I'm a South African chef, restaurateur and entrepreneur. So, the old South African classic is Melkkos, and it translates to, well, milk food. And in my mind, I think that there was probably a mother somewhere in South Africa that at the cupboards she had like a pint of milk, a little bit of flour, knob of butter, and had to feed her 6 kids, and this is where it came from. But it's super comforting, it's great winter food. This could be breakfast, this could be lunch, for many people it's dinner, but my favorite is to have it on like a cold winter's evening after dinner, in front of the fireplace, and just have a bowl of Melkkos. It is flippin' delicious. So where we start is milk on the stove, and we're going to flavour that with some spices that we're all familiar with, a bit of cinnamon, and then cardamom pods. I'm just going to crack these guys like a little bit, just to get some of the flavour going. And then to that we're going to add half the measurement of sugar for the recipe. The other half we're going to turn into our flour butter mixture to thicken this later on. So it's bruised, crushed cardamom pods in. Well, it smells delicious. Then, there we go, quick stir. Careful because milk likes burning. There we go. And half the sugar goes in here. There we go. Now the other half of the sugar we're going to pop into a little mixing bowl. So sugar, flour, and butter. Now we're going to work this softened butter into this, and in classical cooking this would be called sort of a beurre manier, so you would use this to thicken sauces and soups, etc. However, in South African context we're not looking for a super smooth Melkkos because it's usually lumpy, and the lumps is where the joy is. So we just make this very loose sort of mixture by rubbing these ingredients together. There we go. And we're not going to whisk this at all, we're going to stir it in and cook it out with a spatula. Because if you whisk it, you lose the lumpy bits, which is the magic. Remember, this is not France, this is South Africa, and we're okay with the lumpy bits. So that's all put together. So we sort of got the texture of coarse, sort of mealy meal, maize pap, grummel pap even, which is another traditional classic. Right. The milk's coming up to the heat. What I'm going to add to it now is another bit of magic. And that is just a little bit of orange peel. Just 2 bits to infuse. Make it 3. We are here now. And as soon as this comes up to a boil, I'm going to switch it off and leave it to sit for a bit. And it's up to a boil. And off we go. Check out. Milk is fucking deceptive. Just when you think you've got it, you just don't. But anyway, we didn't lose too much. Probably about 50 mils worth on the side here, and that's okay. I'm going to leave this to infuse for half an hour or so. Alright, now when I smell this, these recipes are also familiar for the South African palate. Orange peel, cinnamon and cardamom, a bit of sugar and milk. And we're going to strain this off now. So we've just prepared a bowl and a sieve, and we're going to quickly just get the solid bits out. Use the same pot. We turn the milk to the pot. Now get the heat back on. Now we're going to bring it up to a mild bubble. I'm going to add this wonderful mixture: flour, butter, sugar. In any other circumstances, this will be known as a beurre manier, but here, deliciousness, lumpy deliciousness. Seeing the first bubbles, here we go. All of it in, all at the same time. Just stir. It's already thickening, but it's just not thick enough. We're going to cook it out for a few minutes. And we're not making a smooth sort of thing that resembles a bechamel sauce. The ingredients are similar, but the techniques are vastly different, and so is the flavor profiles. There we go. And as it thickens, I'm just going to turn the heat down a bit. Stirring slowly, so we're going to heat this up. We're going to cook this out for about 5 to 8 minutes or so. Stirring continuously over low heat. This Melkkos is thickened up perfectly. It's lumpy, it's delicious, it smells incredible. I don't think this would be for everybody, to be honest with you. This is quite a specific vibe, but that's what you're after. It's like a loose, sort of lumpy, milky porridge. Great stuff. We finish Melkkos with a little bit of cinnamon sugar. A couple of teaspoons of cinnamon, then a cup of sugar shaken up or mixed. Oh, that's it. And then it's a great thing of orange zest over the top. And the thing is, if you know, you know. You can't explain to people what this is, what this tastes like. You must make it yourself. But this is like children's food in South Africa. This is the kind of stuff that warms your bones in winter and makes you feel like you belong somewhere. My favorite is to start eating off the edges as it cools down, usually like that. And it sets up nicely on your spoon. Holy shit. Make this, eat it, make it again. You will not be disappointed.